So, good morning. Am I audible? Hello. Am I audible? Hello, can you hear me? Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, in the last class, we have discussed how to estimate the missing data at a particular rain gauge station by using the arithmetic average method, and the second one is the normal ratio method, and the third one is weighted average method. So now the fourth method. So now here, so adjustment of rainfall records. So why this is required means, suppose in a given area, say you have n number of rain gauge stations. So let us say you have 19 or 20 rain gauge station in a particular area. So in that particular area, you have around 20 rain gauge stations, and in one of the rain gauge station, in a particular month, the rainfall record is available. It is not damaged or no record is not available, but some record is available. But there is a change in the trend of the record of the rainfall record recorded at that particular station. So what is now, in order to adjustment the rainfall record at a particular rain gauge station, now let us consider an area where you have n number of rain gauge stations. Say for example, we shall consider it as around 19 rain gauge stations you have in that particular area. In one of the rain gauge station, the rainfall record is available, but there is a change in the trend of the rainfall recorded at that particular station. So this change may be due to the change in the surrounding environment of that particular rain gauge station. So maybe construction of high-rise building or afforestation or deforestation or the wind velocity. The wind velocity may also affect the catch of the rain gauge. So in such circumstances, we can adjust the rainfall recorded at that particular race station for the present condition. So since the surrounding the rain gauge, the environment has changed due to many reasons. Now we have the rain gauge data at that particular station. So in order to follow the trend after the change in the surrounding environment, we can adjust the rainfall record at that particular station. So thereby we can calculate the average annual rainfall of that particular rain gauge station. Now adjustment of rainfall record. So a consistent record is one where the characteristics of record have not changed with time. That means there is a consistency in record for all the rain gauge station. So that is nothing but there is no change with respect to time. So an inconsistent record may result from any one of the number of events. So like lack of inconsistency may be due to shifting of rain gauge station to a new location. So sometimes what will happen, the rain gauge is shifted to a new location. Significant construction work might have changed the surrounding. That means surrounding the rain gauge, if suppose any high-rise buildings or high-rise structures come up, so then it may affect the catch of that rain gauge. But the rainfall record is available, but the consistency in that rainfall record might change due to the construction of high-rise building surrounding the rain gauge and change of observational procedure from a certain date. So there might be a lack of observational error. So these are some of the errors, but whatever may be the change that has taken place surrounding the rain gauge station, we call it as change in regime. REGIME. So this change in regime is nothing but change in this surrounding environment at that particular rain gauge station, which has deviated from the consistency of the rainfall record with respect to time. So this can be adjusted. This can be adjusted by double mass curve analysis. It can be adjusted by the double mass curve analysis is a method that is used to check for an inconsistency in a gauge record. So if there is any change in the record of rainfall values at a particular gauge. So the double mass curve analysis will be helpful in order to identify in which station there is a change in the trend in the rainfall record. So if a double mass curve has a constant slope, then the record is consistent. That means if you have a straight line, so there is no problem. There is consistency in the rainfall record at all these stations. But if a double mass curve has not a constant slope, that means there is a deviation or there is a change in the slope of the straight line, then the record is not consistent and it need to be adjusted. So basically, in a particular area, you have n number of rain gauges. In one of the rain gauge station, the trend in the rainfall record has deviated from the original record. So this deviation has occurred because of the change in the environment surrounding the station. So these are some of the factors which affects the catch of the rain gauge. Now, let us discuss what is this double mass curve. Now here, double mass curve is a graph of cumulative depth or cumulative catch at the rain gauge of interest versus the cumulative catch of one or more gauges in the region that have been subjected to similar hydrometeorological occurrences and are known to be consistent. That means here the double mass curve is a plot of the accumulated annual rainfall at Sten mean station versus the accumulated annual rainfall in that particular station where there is a change in the rainfall record or there is a change in the trend of the rainfall record. So it's basically a plot of accumulated annual rainfall at station X, which is under question, against the accumulated annual or concurrent or accumulated, or it is also known as cumulative annual rainfall of the surrounding stations, whatever may be the number of stations you have. So in this case, you have around 11 station. At station X, there is a change in the rainfall record, whereas the surrounding 10 stations, you have the so
hello sir
mute ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಾಕ್ಸ್ತೆ ಪಪ್ಪಂದಕ್ಕೆ
ಹಾಕಿದೀನಿ 12 GB
ಎಷ್ಟು ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ
2 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲೇ ಈಗಿರೋ
Now you have to plot a graph of cumulative annual rainfall at station X versus concurrent cumulative annual rainfall for the surrounding station. Now, initially, you will have a straight line plot. So in some particular year, at this particular station X, there is a change or deviation in the straight line plot. So these are the rainfall recorded. So it should have been like this. But due to the change in the surrounding environment of this particular station, the rainfall recorded values has deviated from the straight line. You can see this deviation. So this deviation. So up to this point at station X, you have a consistent record. But in the year 1963, there is a change in the rainfall recorded at this particular station due to the change in the surrounding environment. Now, we have to adjust these records after the change in the environment compatible with the consistent record. So these records, whatever the records that have been recorded at this particular station, has to be adjusted for the present environment so that it will have a consistent value. Now here, these are the slope of the slight line plot, that is y by x. And here also, this is the slope of the straight line plot, that is y by x. So you have to consider the slope of the ratios of the slope of the straight line plot. Now we shall discuss how to adjust the record of this particular station to be consistent with the records of the other station for the next after the change in the environment. So double mass curve is a graph of cumulative catch at the rain gauge of interest versus, that is rain gauge at interest is nothing but the station X, versus the cumulative catch one or more gauges in the region that have been subjected to similar hydrometeorological conditions and are known to be consistent. So double mass curve is a simple visual and practical method, and it is widely used in the study of consistency and long-term trend test of hydrometeorological data. It is used to adjust inconsistent precipitation data. So in the examination, you may have a question like this. How do you test the consistency of rainfall recorded at a particular rain gauge station? So the question will be, how do you adjust the rainfall record at a particular station and check the consistency of the rainfall record? So then you need to use the double mass curve analysis. So this double mass curve analysis is nothing but it is a plot of accumulated or cumulative annual rainfall station X versus concurrent cumulative annual rainfall for the surrounding n number of stations. So now here you have two straight line, that is, one is the original one trend, it should have been like this, but it has deviated from this point. So these are the two slope of the straight line plot, that is A and C. Now here the correction ratio, you have to take the ratios of the slope of the straight line plot before and after the change in the environment. So this A represents the slope of the straight line plot after the change in the environment, and the slope C indicates it is the slope of the straight line, that is before the change in the environment, surrounding environment. That means it should have been a straight line plot. So this correction ratio you have to calculate from the graph, which is nothing but C by A, that is the ratios of the slope of the straight line before and after the change in the environment that has taken place. Now, so steps to check and adjust the consistency of rainfall data at a particular station X. Now, the doubtful station, say A, is marked and the group of stations surrounding it are identified. So what I said is you have a number of stations surrounding this particular station. So determine the cumulative rainfall of the particular station. It is, say, let us call it as X, and sum the data of neighboring station and determine the cumulative values of rainfall. That means whatever the surrounding number of stations, you have to consider the cumulative values of these surrounding stations. That is cumulative values of the annual rainfall for this surrounding station. Then plot the sum of some cumulative rainfall of station with cumulative station A to determine the double mass curve. So that is basically you have to plot a graph of the cumulative rainfall of station X versus the concurrent cumulative annual rainfall for the surrounding stations. So by this graph, you can find out the ratios of the slope of the straight line before and after the change in the environment. Now, we shall solve a numerical problem. So thereby you will adjust the concept better. So now here you have a problem. The annual rainfall at station X and the average annual rainfall at 18 surrounding stations are given below. So in our case, we have totally 19 stations, but in one of the station X, there is a change in the rainfall record. There is a change in the trend of the rainfall recorded at this particular station. And all the other surrounding stations, they have the consistent rainfall, annual rainfall record. So now check the consistency of the record at station X and determine the year in which the change has occurred, or the year in which the change in regime. So this regime is nothing but the change in the surrounding environment. That may be due to construction of high-rise building, or afforestation, deforestation, or change in the wind velocity, wind pattern. So these are some of the reasons has occurred. State how you are going to adjust the record for the change in the regime. Determine the average annual rainfall for the period 1952 to 1970 for the changed regime. So now this is the given problem. Now you can see here, the year starts from 1952 to 1970, and annual rainfall in centimeter at station X, that is which is under question, and here the consistency has to be checked. So now this is the annual rainfall in centimeters are given from 1952 to 1970. And similarly, the 18 surrounding stations you have, and these are the average annual rainfall data for all these 18 surrounding stations. Now, we have to identify the year in which the change in the environment has occurred at this particular station X. So this can be done by using the double mascara analysis. So you have to plot a graph of the cumulative values of rainfall at station X versus the concurrent cumulative values for the 18 surrounding station. Now these are the cumulative values. So we have to add one by one. So from 1952 to 1970, these are the cumulative values of rainfall at station X, and these are the cumulative values of rainfall for the 18 surrounding station. Now, from this data, you can observe. So in 1957, the average annual rainfall at station X, that is cumulative value, is what? 204.7. Now, but from 1957 to 58, in this particular year, the average annual rainfall or cumulative values of rainfall has substantially increased from 20.7 to 254. There is a sudden jump. So this indicates that in the year 1958, the change in the environment has occurred at this particular station. So then there is a deviation. The consistency up till this point, there is a consistency, and this consistency has deviated from the straight line plot in the year 1958. Now we shall plot the graph. So now you can see here, these are the cumulative annual rainfall at station X versus cumulative annual rainfall for the 18 surrounding stations. Now, when you plot the graph, so this is 0, 1952. So the line should have been like this. It should have been like this, but it has deviated. Now you can see here, there is a deviation of the slope of the straight line plot in the year 1958. So from 1957 to 58, there is up till 1957, there is a consistency in the rainfall recorded at this particular station. But after 98, there is a deviation. So now, whatever the rainfall recorded values after this deviation, these has to be adjusted and for the present environment. That means it should be consistent from this point. So in order to adjust the rainfall record, so it is an approximate method. It is not an exact method. So it is an approximate method. The percentage of accuracy may be around 65 to 70%. You cannot expect 100% accuracy, but it is a method. It is basically a method by which you can estimate, or you can say that this should have been the rainfall record. There will be a consistency of rainfall record after the change in the environment. Now, can you hear me? Now, in order to adjust the rainfall recorded after this 1958 at station X, so the records of these from 1958 to 1972 have to be adjusted by multiplying by the slope of the straight line. The slope of the straight line plot after and before the change in the environment. Now you can see here, adjustment of record prior to 1958. That means these records have to be adjusted for the current environment by multiplying by the ratios of the slope of the straight line plot after and before the change in the regime has occurred. Now you can see here, adjustment of record prior to 1958, whatever these records have to be multiplied by the ratios of the slope of the straight line plot before and after the change in the environment, correct? Now you can see here, this is 0.9, that is 1.8 by 2, so it works out to be 0.9, and this is 2.5 by 2, it works out to be 1.25. So you have to consider the ratios of the slope of the straight line plot. Now we shall go to the solution part. Now here, the cumulative annual rainfall at station X, that is 349.8 centimeter. Now, cumulative values of rainfall from 1952 to 1957. So these values have to be adjusted for the change in the environment. Now, the cumulative values of rainfall, that is from 1957 to 58, it is 204.7. So this has to be adjusted. This has to be adjusted for the changed environment. So hence 204.7 multiplied by the slope of the straight line plot. The slope of the straight line plot. So which is nothing but 147.6 centimeter. Now the cumulative values of rainfall from 1952 to 1957. So this will be 349.8 plus 147.6. So hence it will be 497.8 centimeter. Now, in the problem, it has been asked to find the average annual rainfall adjusted for the current regime or current environment. So it is nothing but we have totally 19 number of rain gauge station and 19 years. So the average annual rainfall after the adjustment for the current environment works out to be 26.2 centimeter. So now, so the annual rainfall at station X and the average annual rainfall at 18 surrounding stations are given below. Check the consistency of the record at station X and determine the year in which the change has occurred. State how you are going to adjust the record for the change regime. So determine the average annual rainfall for the period 1952 to 1970 for the change regime. So this is the given data. At station X, you have the annual average rainfall, and also surrounding 18 stations, you have the average annual rainfall. So then what you have to do is, you have to calculate the cumulative values of rainfall. Cumulative values of rainfall at station X and also at station surrounding 18 station. Once you find these cumulative values of rainfall, then you can plot the double max curve. So which is a plot of cumulative rainfall at station X and cumulative rainfall for the 18 surrounding stations. So you'll get a two straight line. So you have to find the slope of this straight line. So which is, you can call it as M1 by M2. So this is nothing but the correction factor. So that is 0.9 divided by 1.25. So the records prior to 1958, whatever the records that is prior to 1958, which has to be multiplied by the ratios of this slope of the straight line plot. So thereby the record prior to 1958 for this particular station has been adjusted. Then once you adjust this, then you can calculate the cumulative rainfall from 1952 to 57 for the current environment. So which works out to be 497.4 centimeter. So then you can calculate the average annual rainfall for the adjusted record for the current regime. So this is a question every time you will have this question in the examination. So how do you, sometimes they will give the question like this. So how you are going to adjust the rainfall record in a particular rain gauge station for the changed regime or for changed environment. So these are some of the methods by which you can estimate the missing data, as well as you can also adjust the trend in the rainfall record at the particular station, which has happened because of the change in the environment. So we have discussed the station year method, the normal ratio method, and the weighted average method, or inverse square method, and also the double mass curve analysis. So now there is some network issue. So I request all of you to mark your attendance in the chat box. So there is some network issue. So any doubts in this problem? Anyone? Hello? You can ask any questions. Do you have any questions? Hello? How about other classes? Other classes are going on? Hello. Anirudh, are you there? Anirudh? Anirudh L.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The concept is clear, or do you have any doubts with the concept?
No doubt, sir.
No doubt, it is okay. So Abhijit,
Thank you, sir.
Abhijit. Mr.
Yes,
Abhijit?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Kavya KS, are you there? Kavya? Kavya, are you there? Okay, she has logged in and went somewhere else, I hope. Madhumita? Madhumita, are you there? Nitya? Nitya, are you there?
Yes,
Okay. Do you have any doubts?
no, sir.
Concept is clear. So
Yes, sir.
anyway, next class we shall discuss. So far we have discussed how to estimate the missing data and how to adjust the rainfall record at a particular station where the trend in the rainfall record has changed due to the surrounding environment. So in the next class we shall discuss the mean average depth of precipitation over a given area. So how to calculate the average depth of rainfall precipitation in a particular area. So there are basically three methods, the three methods by which we can calculate the average depth. What is the average depth of rainfall that has taken place in a year for a particular area. So these are some of the methods. That one is station average method. The second one is Thiessen polygon method. And the third one is iso-Hatter method. So these things we shall take up in the next class. So I'll be ending the class. Please mark your attendance in the chat box. So do take care of yourself. Don't go outside. So the situation is not good. Okay, stay at home. So learn some new skills apart from academics. It may be anything. It may be cooking, gardening, singing, or doing some art or whatever it may be. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health. So thank you so much. So we shall meet on Friday morning at 9:20. So till then, have a nice day. Goodbye. Thank you. I'll be ending the session. Network issue. ನಾನು ಎಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್